Hi everyone, Nitin here. Looking very different today. Yes, due to some reason. So let it be. Today I am going to explain one important due date, which is on 34 2021, which is one of the important complaints relating to this due date. So what is this complaints? Because see, government also not extended any due date till now, because in during this situation also. So whatever following is our responsibility. So just I'm telling you what is that important compliance, which is the due date is 34/21. See, you are a tenant living in one rented home, and you are paying rent of rupees 60,000 to your landlord. So what happened? Any TDS or anything applicable? Yes, TDS, tax deducted at source, will be applicable if you are paying rent of rupees more than 50,000 per month to your landlord. So what is that section? This comes under, see, section 194 IB. Section 194 IB tells that if individual or HUF, those who are not comes under the tax audit, section 44 AB subsection A or subsection B. That means if any individual or HUF, those who are not comes under the books of account audited, that means the tax audit. This is in our short name, it is called as tax audit. That is compulsory audit. And paying rent of rupees more than 50,000 per to your landlord, then TDS at the rate of 5% will be applicable. See, for the financial year 2021, your TDS rate will be for this section is 3.75%, because during that time, due to COVID-19 pandemic, government has reduced 25% rate from the existing rate. So this section also comes under that new that tax rule that which was announced on at the time of COVID-19 situation. So that TDS rate was 3.75%. So how to deduct TDS? Yes, TDS you have to should deduct while you're paying the rent to your landlord. So this section you come to know that if you are paying rent more than 50,000 to your more than 50,000 per month to your landlord, then TDS will be applicable at the rate of 3.75% for the financial year 2021. So for this, how to make TDS? That is now so many are getting some confusion. How to make TDS to this section? We have to apply TAN number, because for deducting tax, that means deducting tax or collecting tax, TAN number is mandatory. So confusion may be arise for this section, whether TAN is required or not. 100% TAN is not required for this transaction. See section, for this section, that means 194 IB, if you are paying rent more than 50,000 per month to your landlord, then for this deducting tax, TAN number is 100% not applicable. Because as this section is not a routine section. See, this section is applicable, is not relating to business. First of all, this transaction is not relating to business. So, for if it is relating to business, then it would have been TAN would be applicable. But this section is not regularly. See, whenever this transaction occurs, not all person are living in rented house, not paying more than 50,000. So, for this government, what announced is, this is a non-TAN based transaction. First of all, this is a non-TAN based transaction, and TAN is not applicable for this transaction. So government what tells is one form has been introduced, separate form, that is form 26QC. Okay, remember form number 26QC, you have to file annually. You have to file annually form 26QC. So how do they file this form 26QC? What are the details required for this filing 26QC? So first of all, we have to require mobile number of landlord, email ID of landlord, address of landlord, and name of landlord, what mentioned in the PAN number. And PAN number of landlord is also required. Okay, these 5 details. First one is mobile number of landlord, second one is email ID of landlord, third one is address of landlord, fourth one is the name of landlord, and fifth one is PAN number of landlord. So these 5 details are required. Okay, then the second detail what required? Address of tenant. address of tenant, name of tenant, mobile number of tenant, email ID of tenant, and address of rented property where you living. Address of rented property is required. So if these details are required, then filing of form 26 QC will be the better way. Okay, then form 26 QC will be the better way, and form 26 QC is a chalan cum written statement. It is acting as chalan also, and it is acting as written also. So we have to fill the detail. That detail how to file this 26 QC detail is available in the NSTL website, and you have to go through the link. You have to go through one link is there, and you have to, after this what I told in earlier, that detail will be appear. You have to go through, fill the details in that, and you have to proceed. One chalan will be created. You have to make the payment in your internet banking, and within 15 days, okay, after filing of form 26 QC, one acknowledgement will be generated. Okay, that means it is acknowledgement that you filed 26 QC, but 26 QC is not a final. Remember, 26 QC is not a final acknowledgement. After 26 QC, you have to make payment. Okay, you have to make a payment on your internet banking. So many internet banking are available except Karnataka Bank. There is no any tax payment system. Remaining all bank will be available, and you have to go through the payment, and one chalan will be generated, payment chalan. You save that payment chalan, and after filing of form 26 QC, one within 15 days you have to get form 16C. Okay, within 15 days